Welcome to a new episode of the Guitar of Consciousness. Sky! Wow, what a place to be. We've got in the background Mount Kosciuszko, my friends. Mount Kosciuszko. This is the closest spot we could get with the speaking. It's really windy out there. So I managed to climb up this incline here to get up here. So we haven't got much wind. But my friends, episode 30, Sky. Wow! Up here, you get the sense of, there's freedom, you get that sense of freedom out here. And I'm very grateful for being able to film out here. It took a big effort. It took a big effort coming here. So I'm very grateful for the crew. I'm very grateful for Dave, my sister Bianca, my mum Gozdana, and our new producer Anthony. And I'm very grateful for you guys coming up and filming this. And what this series is about, my friends, is about the tools and the questions and the processes of access consciousness. And I'm so grateful that I keep going. You know, it's not easy doing these episodes. A lot of obstacles, a lot of things come into, you know, kind of, you know, you go somewhere and then there's a stop. You know, this obstacle shows itself. Well, there's tools of access, and I'll be speaking to you about that in this episode and previous episodes I got 29 of them. So I talk about these tools of what access has done for my life, what it has done for the guitar of consciousness, and what it can do for you if you choose to. Remember, this is about choosing. Access consciousness is about choosing. You have to choose for you. It's not about, I know what's going to work for you. I can show you what is going to work for you, though you have to choose it yourself. So we'll discuss that in this episode. And being up this high for this episode, just feels like you're on top of the world. We're the highest point. This is the highest point in Australia. So you people out in the other countries, this is the highest point in Australia. And I've lived in Australia my whole life, and I've never been up here. So I'm very grateful that we were able to film. We filmed it down in there. There's a bit of a ridge here, and it goes down into a valley, and then it comes back up again. And that's where Mount Kosciuszko is back there. So I'm very grateful we got a bit of Mount Kosciuszko in this shot right now. And that's the highest point. I think it's 2,200 meters or something like that. Anyways, with these tools of access, you know, I keep asking myself every episode of the Guitar of Consciousness, I keep asking, what would it take to outcreate this episode? What would it take to outcreate the production of that? So for you, like if you're creating something, whatever you're creating, it doesn't matter. It can be creating, you know, a meal that you're going to eat. What would it take to outcreate that for my next meal? What would it take to outcreate this? Whatever you're creating. So for the production of the Guitar of Consciousness, I ask, you know, what would it take to outcreate the previous episode, Joy? That was episode 29. What would it take to outcreate that with filming, with outfit? Like, wow! I'd just like to thank Charles, shirt makers at Castle Hill. You made this outfit. Thank you, my friend. We'll put his little logo there. Thank you, my friend. You know, look at that. Got star buttons there. Like, wow. So, you know, I kept asking, what would it take to outcreate the outfit? Now, what would it take to outcreate the audio? You know, where we film it in the studio. You know, again, thank you, Symphony Productions in Neutral Bay. Stuart, the engineer. Thank you, my friend. And he's the person that owns it. Thank you, man. Very grateful. We'll put another picture of the studio there where we did that. And so asking to outcreate the studio. Asking, you know, what would it take to outcreate the sound of the previous place, or even if you've never been to a studio before, what would it take to outcreate any other artist I like? So pick an artist, and you're like, what would it take to outcreate the way they do audio? What would it take to have ease with that? Remember, I also ask, there's a mantra. The mantra, I'm in a tight spot here. Hey, Roxy's. See, you know, we're going to laugh more. You know, you heal the earth by laughing, my friends. That's the greatest gift you can give to the earth, is laughter, is your laughter. So, you know, ask, you know, even if you've never been to the studio, ask, you know, what will it take to outcreate this person that you know, you like, you know? And ask for that ease, the mantra. Okay, the mantra of access consciousness is all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And when the founders of Access, they told me to say that. Say it in the morning and say it in the evening. Though like me, OCD, over compulsive disorder, you know, I'm saying it all the way through the whole day. You know, am I going to miss a bit? You know, I'll make sure I get it in there. So every now I can remember, I say, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. If you're around your family or your crew, your workers, your co-workers or whatever, you know, all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. You don't have to say it out loud. Remember, it works in your head just as much as it works out loud. So in your head, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And what that is designed to do is to get you out of your fucking head. This mind is a controlling system. It's a calculating system. It calculates all the algorithms. I know everything's been talking about algorithms these days, though. We are an algorithm. We're like a computer when we're functioning from our mind. And the more you use these tools of Access, you clear your mind. You become more space. Some people, like, you know, when you do a class for an Access class or a Guitar of Consciousness class, people are like, I just feel blank. Nothing's in that. Well, that's our natural state. That's our natural state of being, is that blankness, that space. I like to, you know, call it space, because that's what we are. Our natural state of being is space. We don't function from, you know, that contraction, where that contraction is like, you know, where you just want to, you know, you don't want to end it, you know, you're like, I'm done here. Space is like, you know what, these people there, these people here, this is here, I'm going to be here no matter what and be me. I'm going to be me. No matter what this person's telling me what to do, this group's telling me what to do, I'm going to be me no matter what. And when you be that space, you invite others to be into your space. So when I'm being a space, I invite others to be in that space. Though we've been trained to, okay, this person's in that type of space, I'm going to go to him or her, whatever. But their space is the size of a golf ball, okay? Now, if you contract your space to a golf ball, you start talking to them, they're like, I'm a golf ball. I don't want to know another person that's a golf ball. So they run away from you. You've got to ask in those situations, what would it take to be more space here? And when you are being more space, you invite others to be like, whoa, who's that person? What are they doing? Okay, so that tool you can ask, this tool from Access, Be More Space, you can ask yourself, what would it take to expand my space here? Expand my space out in all directions. Like these mountains here. These mountains are just being space, okay? So you can ask, okay, what would it take to be the space that Jake was on that mountain? If you can't remember, just you can say that. What would it take to be the space that Jake was when he was recording this episode? Or you could just say, expand my space out here. Every time you feel like your space is contracting, and how you can identify that is, well, when you're feeling like you're tired, when you're feeling like you're depressed, when you're feeling like, oh, I don't want to do anything, that's when your space is contracted, okay? When your space is expanded, you have energy. You have energy, you know? And, you know, you just laugh for no reason. I laugh for no reason sometimes, and, you know, some people think I'm a complete psycho, but who cares? They're going to think I'm a complete psycho anyway. So, you know, when you're enjoying yourself is the times when you're that complete space, and you can feel all the molecules, you can feel consciousness really contributing to you in a way that you never imagined it could. So that's all you got to do is just expand my space out, 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 expand my space out. More than it's ever been before. You know, you can even ask, you know, expand my space out a kilometre or a mile in all directions. Now, do you feel the edges? Can you feel the edges of your space? Can you feel the edges? Well, you can't, can you? Okay, so now let's expand our space out 2 kilometres. 2 kilometres that way, this way, underneath, up, down into the earth as well, up in the sky. This song, episode, Sky. You know, expand your space up into the sky. You know, now, hold on, my energy is going down into the earth. How's that possible? Well, that's our infinite being, my friends. You know, we are not just our bodies, okay? Our body's here, yes, we have a body. But our soul, you know, you can relate to that as your soul, your infinite being. You know, we are infinite space. So when we do expand our space, yes, we go into the earth, we go up into the sky, we go everywhere. And then we are connected to everything. There's no separation. You know, this reality is about separating from this person, from this person, from this race of person. Are you black and white, this and that? What color are you? A purple? You know? You know, I'm very grateful that, you know, I performed on the street for a long time. You know, about 5 years into my guitar playing, you know, I've been playing guitar for about 21 years now. 21 years. And I reckon maybe 4 or 5 years into guitar playing, I started playing on the streets. And it was severely uncomfortable. You know, the first time I asked this shop, because I didn't have a battery powered amp. This was my first, I just had one amp, I didn't have any other amps. So I had an amp, I had a Marshall, and I needed power. So I asked a shop, I go, I want to play in front of your shop. He goes, okay. I go, I got the power lead, can I get a power lead to put in your shop? And this was in Liverpool in Western Sydney. And I was freaking the fuck out. But I did it. I got him to do the PowerPoint. I said, I'll give you some bucks for using electricity. But he's like, no, you play. And I played some songs. I don't know what the fuck I was playing, but I was playing something. And I had people coming up to me that everybody told me, oh, you got to stay away from those type of people, you know. That those people are no good, these people are bad, these people are good, these people are no, you know. And then I had people coming up to me, gifting me money and saying, not good job, mate. Even though I don't know if I was playing any well, but, you know. And these people that I thought were bad people came up to me and were gifting me money and this and that. And they're like, thanks, man, thanks for playing out here. And ever since then, I'm like, maybe I don't have to judge these people no more. You know? Maybe they aren't what everybody seems to say who certain cultures are. Every time I started doing more and more busking and performing on the streets, I let go of my barriers to all kinds of people. You know, because they're gifting to me, I'm making them happy, you know, and I'm like, whoa, maybe separation isn't real. I'm like, oh. And that really changed it for me, meeting so many, I've met hundreds of thousands of people performing on the streets ever since then. And that's probably like 15 years of performing. So I met a lot of people, a lot of different people. And I've came to the awareness that, you know, access teaches you to have awareness. And I come to be aware that we don't have to separate from a certain nation anymore, a certain country, as we all are doing now. We don't have to do that. It's only been entrained. And I've lived it on the streets, I've seen it, you know. And when you get to that space, there's no separation. That's where anything is possible. You know, that question from Access, you know, what else is possible here? Okay, there's a few questions you can ask. Whenever you come in contact with anyone, you can ask this, and this will contribute to you having something different show up. Something different as in a sense, like, okay, we've got the past there, okay? We've got the past there, trauma, drama, upset, intrigue, all that, you know, frustration, anger. Okay, we've got that there, okay? And now do we desire to bring that all around us and have that in our universe anymore? Or do like, you know what? All the trauma, drama, let's get rid of that. Now, let's invite the infinite possibilities. And how do we invite the infinite possibilities? Easy for me to speak. Is whenever you come in contact with someone, you can ask, okay, in your head, what is possible with this person? Okay, what can I change with this person? What should I know about this person? What choices do I have with this person? And what contribution can this person be to me? And what contribution can I be to this person? And everything that does not allow you to have all of that with ease, let's use the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. And everything that brings up, destroy and uncreate all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts and beyonds. And as some of you have, this might be the first episode you've seen of the Guitar of Consciousness. Remember, this is episode 30. So I have a lot of other episodes talking about what the clearing statement is. You can go to theclearingstatement.com. One of the founders, he talks about that. I'm not going to talk about, like he talks about it in detail. I'm just going to address it briefly for you. The clearing statement brings up anything that's limiting you, okay? The clearing statement brings up the energetically solidifications. Like there's certain energies flying to us all the time, okay? Now, if we're not aware of what is going on, that solidifies. It solidifies and we lock it up in our body, okay? And by us not being aware of it, we lock it up and then we're like, and our mood changes. We're like, what a great mood, and then now I feel angry. Now I feel upset. Now I feel frustrated, okay? That's what that does, okay? So the clearing statement will be like, okay, I'm feeling frustrated around these people. Everything this is bringing up about the frustration, about the anger, about getting upset about people. So everywhere I'm locking that into my body and not allow me to be free of that, use the clearing statement here. Everything that brings up, like destroy and uncreate all of that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts and beyonds. Now, energetically that melts it. It melts it so then you can choose something else now. Now ask those questions. What else is possible here? What can I change here? What choices do I have here? What contribution can they be to me? What contribution can I be to them? And what should I know here? Okay, so, you know, Access is about knowing, my friends. We all know that we don't want to know that we know. So the lower harmonics of knowing in this reality is thinking. So I'm not thinking anymore. So the lower harmonics is thinking, though we know. Have you ever noticed, you know, you do something, you're like, oh, I knew that was going to show up after it occurred. You're like, yeah, I knew it was going to show up. Of course you knew, but you doubt it. See, there's doubt comes into your life. Okay, so there's another thing we can do about doubt. So whenever doubt and fear comes up, they're distracting you from your potency, from your ability to do what is going to work for you. That's what fear and doubt does, okay? So when fear and doubt comes up, you can use the short version of the clearance statement, and that's POC and POD. POC to POD. Point of creation to point of destruction. So you point all your points of view leading, like all the points of view you've created around this situation, to the point of destruction where, kaboom! I think we just added a kaboom in there. Thanks, Bianca, my editor. Bianca Savich. She's my worldwide coordinator of the Guitar of Consciousness. She's so phenomenal. She does all the accounting for the Guitar of Consciousness, all the banking, everything. You know, Guitar of Consciousness is a company. And she does all the editing with Final Cut Pro, with all this footage. It's phenomenal what she does, how she adds all these features and stuff. You know, she's my sister. And she's been there from day one, so I'm very grateful she's in my life, and now she's working with me. You know, with the Access Consciousness, it showed me that, you know, you can work with family. You can, though you have to use the tools. You have to use the tools, because we've had, you know, we have steamy moments with me and my sister, though we use the tools of Access in it. We change it. We change it, as in a sense, what's possible with this person. We change it. So that's how you know, it's not saying like, okay, my relationship between me and sister are the best. You know, we have no dull moments. It's all fucking beautiful and magical and bliss. And if I said that, I'm talking shit. I'm not. You know, things come up. Though we clear it. We clear it because we have the tool. We have the clearance statement of Access. Like, just say you're frustrated with your sister or whatever, your brother. Everything that brings up POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. So that's the point of creation to point of destruction, POC and POD. The short version of the clearance statement, POC and POD, POC and POD. And that works just as much as the clearance statement. If you can't remember the clearance statement off by heart until you do, you know, right, wrong, good, bad, POC and POD, all nice, shorts, boys, pivots and beyonds. You know, if you're like in that moment, you're just like, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. Everything my sister, my brother's bringing up, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. Everywhere that they left my pants on the ground, or the bathroom's dirty, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. Everywhere they went into the kitchen and they ate my sandwich, like Ross on Friends. My sandwich! Not my sandwich! I love that episode with Ross. You know, he's talking about his sandwich. You know, the guy ate his sandwich and, you know, in his, wherever he was in his work. You know, POC and POD in that situation. POC and POD, you Ross. You know, wherever we've been the Ross, wherever we've been the Ross, and we're like, you know, that's mine. I'm going to keep it for me. That's my sandwich. POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. Yeah. What would take to have a greater sandwich show up? You know, there's unlimited sandwiches out there. Some people think I was on the streets advertising my sign in the city, and people are like, oh, that's Jake's sandwich. You know, I'm a sandwich. So POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD, POC and POD. You know, we always have infinite possibilities. So Bianca, my sister, I don't know if we put a picture there, Bianca, my sister, worldwide coordinator of Guitar of Consciousness, and she does the Access Bars classes. So, and Access Bars classes are the first pretty much class you can do from Access. It's a one-day class, and you start learning about the foundation, the small foundations of what Access is about. And you also get your Access bars run. So you lay down on a massage table, and there's points on your head, and we activate those points. And what it is, it's actually like it's so relaxing. It's so relaxing. You know why? Well, those moments where you're so much in your head, you lay down. Hey, where's he? You're saying, hey, I want to be a part of the Guitar of Consciousness. So you're laying on the table, someone touches these points on your head, and you get a sense of peace where you've never had peace before. You know? So give it a go, you know. She'll put up a class date there. I think she's got one in, do you have one in Canberra? Bianca's coming up?
Yeah.
She has one up in Canberra. We'll put the details there. And she does all over Australia. All over Australia, she puts up access bars classes. And hopefully she can start putting up worldwide. So we'll see how that goes. What are the infinite possibilities with that? And you know, I've seen thousands of people where I've probably run 1,000 people their bars, because I've done markets around Australia with my sister and my mum. We've done bars at markets, and we were running. You see this person, they get on and they get off, and their eyes and their face is just like, it's sparkling, and they're blissed out, and they're like, where am I? What happened? What happened to these thoughts in my head? I'm like, you're welcome, my friend. Though, you know, it's going to have to be your choice. It's going to be you're going to have to take action. You're going to have to take action in your life. You know, it may be a little bit uncomfortable to do this because it's so different. That when you do, there's no rush. There's no rush for you. There's no rush saying you have to choose this tomorrow, or click the link below. Click the link below. There's no link below. I don't give a fuck if you choose this or not. You can choose this in 100 years' time if you want. No, you know, or tomorrow, whatever. There's no benefit to me. There's no benefit to me. I'm not going to be limited by if you're not choosing it. I'm on Mount Kosciuszko. I didn't need you to sign in to me to go to Mount Kos, you know. So remember, it's you, my friend. Whatever you choose, that's your life. It's not going to affect my life. It's just whatever you choose, it's your life. So do you desire to choose something that is different, that is going to maybe transform your life? It just depends how much you desire that. When you do that, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Okay, you can choose it tomorrow, or you can choose it in 10 years' time, or you can choose it. You don't have to ever choose it. If access doesn't work for you, don't. That's why I'm very grateful for the founders in Access. Are like, you know, they've had people, you know, Access really kind of started about 30 years ago, and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger the last 5 years. And you know, it's mainstream now. So, you know, and the founders say, like, or people come to Access 10 years ago, and they've like quit, and they come back the next 10 years. They're like, oh, I'll start choosing it again. And the founder's like, hey, welcome, my friend. It's like, there's no big deal. There's nothing else out there like Access. You know, people have been saying like, oh, this is a cult, you know, this is a group, you know, we're forcing you into the, you know, what a cult is, you know, there's rules and regulations. There's cancellation fees, this and that. You know, there's no rules in Access. Doesn't matter what colour you are, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how long you do it, or how long you not do it, it's irrelevant. So that does not have the elements of being a cult. The only people that are saying that, like I get that a few, you know, on the comments and this and that, all that is, they're just judging themselves. Whenever someone is judging, whatever someone is judging, they're just judging yourself. Themselves. They're just judging themselves or what they themselves are doing. So when you come to realization that they're just judging themselves of what they're not doing, then you can have freedom in that area, and you can have that sense of space, that sense of freedom where you've never had that before. You know, you can, and remember, you can always use the pocket pod. And Dave, we're gonna put two pictures on Dave, one in this one. So Dave Collins, photography. He's been part of the Guitar of Consciousness since Being You episode. That's with all the dogs in the background. When we had all the dogs, I had my four dogs in that video clip. That was called Being You, and that's where we had Dave enter the Guitar of Consciousness. He's been with us since, and wow, like look at the footage, like just brilliant, man. The footage you give, and you know, like whoa. So how it does get, I'm very grateful, my friend, for you being a part of the Guitar of Consciousness. It just inspires me to like all the gear you have, the drones, the top class, even your stand looks $1 million. Like he's got his camera on, and he's got his wireless mics. You know, this inspires me to like, yes, like, we've got to get this done, you know. So thanks, man, and I'm very grateful. And you know, using the tools of access, that's what is contributing to me getting into those situations where I can have people like Dave be on board. You know, in the beginning episodes, I always ask, what would it take to have, you know, I didn't actually ask, like, I asked what would it take to have the best cameras film me, even if I have to buy it or whatever. What would it take to have those cameras? What would it take to have them film the Guitar of Consciousness? Then I kept asking questions. You know, what else is possible with the Guitar of Consciousness? What else can I choose with the Guitar of Consciousness? What else can I add to the Guitar of Consciousness? Everything not allow me to exponentialize and have more show up with the Guitar of Consciousness. I will destroy and uncreate all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pocket, pod, all night, shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Everywhere I'm getting caught up in the Guitar of Consciousness has to be a certain way. Pocket, pod, and pocket, pod. Everywhere I'm buying what others are telling me what the Guitar of Consciousness should be. Pocket, pod. And then I get to a space of, okay, what would I like the Guitar of Consciousness to be like? What would the Guitar of Consciousness like to be like? You know, it's a separate, Guitar of Consciousness is a separate entity. When you create a business, it has a life force of its own. So if you talk to the business, if you're talking to your business, ask it, what do I require to do here to make you grow? What action do I require to take to make you grow? Who do I require to talk to? Where do I require to be to allow this to start thriving? You know, have we ever asked to thrive? No, we don't ask to thrive, we always ask to survive. You know, we've all, see? So we're laughing around survival. No one laughs around survival. It's laughing about, I've got to have my share. If I don't have my share, I've got nothing. You know, what would it take to thrive? Okay, you ask that. Now you have the awareness that you can thrive. Keep asking, what would it take to thrive? And now, there's a special thing in this episode. Okay, this ring here, it's going to be up for sale. It's full gold. Then it's got small diamonds, and it's got a ruby. I love it. When I found this ring, I'm like, I've got to have it. This is my first type of kind of men's ring that I've ever bought, like this phenomenal type of one. I had this one, though. I'm like, I've got to have it. And Access always taught me to buy things that lift your energy up, okay? Invite things that lift your energy. And I got the sense that this will lift my energy. And this is valued at 10 grand. This is valued at $10,000. So we're gonna have that up for sale. we're going to have a link below. And if you do desire to purchase this ring, I don't want to give it up. I love it. I don't want to give it up. Though, if this can inspire you or others out there, that we don't have to hold on to anything, okay? I'm not doing this to make money or this and that. What I'm doing is, we don't have to hold on to anything, okay? So if you want to purchase it, we'll have the link below. And if you do, contact in the email, this and that, when you contact, if you want to put your name down, send us a picture. I'll put you in to the next Guitar of Consciousness. Whichever episode, doesn't have to be the next one. Whenever you buy it, this could sell a year's time, 2 years time, 5 years time, could sell tomorrow, whatever. Whenever you buy it, I'll get your details down, put a photo, and you can be in the episode. I'll talk about how you bought the ring in the episode. So that's up for you. It's your choice to do that. It's not, or you don't have to do it. I can keep it. I like keeping it. I don't care if you do buy it. It's all your choice. So I'll see. I'll have to let you know. If you buy it, I'll let it go. If not, I'll keep it. So that's your possibility. But you know, adding things to your life that have intrinsic value. Like this is always going to go up in value. Gold and diamonds and that always going to go up in value. Access always taught me, keep things on you that are always going to go up in value. Like even that's sterling silver. That's probably about $300-400, but still always going to go up in value. So I always got a few $100 on my hand. If I need to sell it, I can quick sell this and that. So always going to have money. So get things that are worth more, not to you. I know we always think things are valuable to us. No, things that are valuable to others, gold, silver, are valuable to others. You can buy a gold coin for about $500. You know, a gold coin for $500, $1,500. You know, you can get them under $5 grand, gold coins, or silver coins. You can get even cheaper. And wear them on you, have them on you. And what that is going to do, it's going to invite more money to show up in your life. Because you're going to be around this stuff. It's going to have an energy, like gold has an energy, silver has an energy. You know, and when you have that energy around you, doesn't matter how much it is, doesn't matter, it has to be a whole mountain of gold. No, have a bit on you. Doesn't matter how much it is, has an energy. So the more and more you're around that energy, the more and more that can be invited in. You can invite that into your life. So that's how you can use that. So go buy some gold. Even if you're tight on money, buy a gold coin for, I think you can buy one for about maybe $100. And just wear it on you everywhere. Put in your wallet or whatever. And that'll contribute to you having the energy of being vibrationally compatible with that gold or the silver. And that will invite money into your life. That will invite more money into your life. Because I refuse to wear this a lot. I refuse to wear my rings. Why? Because it invites you to have that energy. And when you're vibrationally compatible with the energy of gold and silver, that's when true money shows up in your life. So yeah, it's a very uncomfortable to wear the ring, you know, around and this and that, but I force myself. I'm going to force myself to do it. And whenever I do, well, I just feel like $1 million. I really do feel like $1 million. Like who has a 10 grand ring walking around the shops or going to whatever, wherever you're going. And be willing to lose it. You know, you have to be willing to lose it. Like if you're not willing to lose it, you can't have it, okay? If you're not willing to lose it, you cannot have it. I'd like to thank my mum, God's done a Savich. She's been here from ever since I've been born. And you know what? She really contributed to me with performing. In the early days of performing, when I did busking in front of that shop, she really contributed to me. And then after that, I went to Cabramatta. I started busking in Cabramatta. And because Cabramatta was always busy, there was no car spots for like, you had to park 2 k's away. And so she's like, you know what, I'll drive you. And the fact, just that, by she's saying, you know what, I'll drive you. Just that was like, all right. That pushed me to go. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. It was just too uncomfortable getting out there and being in front of people where everybody taught you that there's bad people everywhere, it's dangerous. But when I got out there, I didn't see no dangers. Okay, it doesn't matter who the person was. There's no danger. I had 15 years of performing in the streets. I'm still here. No one came up to me to do anything to me. You know, some people screamed at a distance, but they're screaming at a distance and walking away. So why am I going to make them fucking potent when they're fucking screaming at a distance, but they're walking away? Why? Because others are telling me, oh, it's dangerous here. No, I learned that it's all fake. It's all just to make you, put that fear and doubt into you. So whenever that occurs, pock and pod, the fear and doubt, pock and pod, all those distracting influences, pock and pod. And then what will be creative now? What will be creative? What will be generative? So, and my mum's, she really contributed to me to keep going. Every time she even came up to me and goes, you're gonna go busking in Cabramatta, you're gonna go? And I'm like, I don't want to, fuck. So and she convinced me to go. Then after I'm like, I don't know if I've ever told her after, but I'm like, I got a sense of like, thank you, Mum. I'm very grateful for what you did there. And, because that contributed to me getting where I am now. I would not be able to be where I am now if it wasn't for that. That really transformed my guitar performing career. And, that led me to do my dance moves with the guitar now. I dance with the guitar. And that contributed to me actually speaking as well. Because when people come up to me, talking to me in public, I'm like, the first time someone comes up to you, like, But that's how we are. And then, this person came up, and eventually it's like, this person comes up, like, hey, man, what would you like? And even if I was playing the guitar and there are people coming up, you get to a spot where like, so what would you like? Can you play this song for me? Do you know this song? I'm like, and then I'm like, I got to be okay saying no, because I didn't know the song, they were requesting. I'm like, I don't know that song. Sorry, mate. And that happened a lot. I got that a lot, probably over 1,000 times. So eventually I got to a spot where if you ask or if you don't ask, I don't care. I really don't care. And when you don't really care what people do, they don't ask you. Now, like a few years back, when I did performing, or if I do performing, I did once every now and then. Like 6 months ago, I did one. And no one asked me to do anything. They're just watching what I'm doing. Because there's no reaction. There's no like, if they come up and ask me, I'm like, okay. If I know the song, if I don't know the song, like it's irrelevant. It really is irrelevant. So then they tend not to come up and ask you. Because I know a lot of performers out there, they do perform in the streets, that really pisses you off. They're just being allowance. The more in your allowance, you can do that pock and pod. When that person's coming to you, just say pock and pod in your head, pock and pod. And every time another person comes, just keep doing it. Pock and pod. Everything this is bringing up, pock and pod. And eventually, like, when they're coming over, they're like, hey, welcome, mate. I was playing a song, but what would you like? And I've had some times where I've completely ignored people. I've had heaps of people come up to me when I'm performing, and I ignore them. I'm dancing around performing. And yes, they may get pissed off a little bit, but they walk away. Because I've seen it, they walk away. You think they're getting pissed off, and then I've seen them half an hour back. I've seen them and I remember them, they're on a chair watching me from a distance. So yes, they're going to get pissed off in the first seconds, but they'll get over it. They'll get over it. So don't think that you're going to offend someone, okay? If you have that point of view that, oh, I can't offend these people, you know, this, I've got to take care of these. Well, I did both. I did both. And what's going to work for you, okay? Even though I ignored those people, I kept performing. They went away and came back and started watching me, and they were enjoying my music. So never be, whenever that you think you can offend someone, fucking pock and pod that fucking shit, all right? Pock and pod that fucking shit. And choose something different. Because you can offend someone automatically no matter what, okay? Just so you're going to offend someone no matter what, whatever they do, okay? So chilly out here. My hands are freezing. My crew's got on. Dave's got his jacket over him. Lucky I got the sun in my face. My face is kind of warm, but my hands are cold. So if I've been shivering in this video, it's just because it's still it's probably minus here. And who I like to thank. I thank the studio. Did I thank the studio? The studio. Yeah, I think I did thank the studio. Yeah, okay. Newtown buttons. Newtown buttons. They have the buttons. Thanks, guys. The star buttons. If you need buttons, man, check them out. They're so cool. Like who's got that? You know, that's awesome. It just adds. Look at like that adds to the whole outfit. And I know some guys out there will be like, I don't want to get buttons. It seems a bit gay or this and that. Well, people are going to think you're gay. Someone's going to judge you from down there. Oh, that person's gay. Or this person's this person's that. They're going to judge you from a distance, not even knowing who you are. So whatever you be, who cares? Who cares what they say? Be whatever fuck you want to be. And if someone doesn't like what you're being, don't be with that person no more. Adios, amigo. I'd like to thank Cabramatta Fabrics. We get our fabrics from Cabramatta. So I'll put their logo up in Cabramatta there. Thanks, my friends, for getting this phenomenal fabric. Like we get the fabric and we send it off to Charles, the shirt maker, and he gets it all made up. We have a new producer, Anthony, my sister's partner. He got all the gear, all the transport, and you know what a contribution having more people to the crew. So thank you, Anthony. We'll put a picture of him there. So he's a new producer of the Guitar of Consciousness. We'll probably end it soon. What else? So yeah, I've become so much space. No thoughts are coming anymore. You know, when you've been in so much space, there's no thoughts in your head anymore. So you know, what's next? What's next for the Guitar of Consciousness? You know, we're here in Mount Kosciuszko, filming. Like, whoa, what a location to film at. And what's next? Always asking, maybe we can ask, you know, we ask the universe right now, you know, universe. I always ask consciousness of the universe, what's next for what are the infinite possibilities for the next production of episode 31? And what will it take to create this episode? What will it take to have fun with this episode, with the next episode? And where do we require to be? We're in Australia, or if we go to another country. We haven't been to another country yet, though maybe time for the next one or the next one after. So it's never, we have to plan it out exactly what it's got to be, just whatever shows up. What else? I think that's about it. Just the people that I may have missed to thank you. I'm very grateful for you being a contribution to the Guitar of Consciousness. And what else? What else is possible? You know, like the ice up in the mountains. You know, it's cool. Like the ice matches the shades in the fabric. So, you know, you ask these questions. You ask these questions of access, and you know, it leads you here. It shows you a path. Consciousness will show you a path to take if you're willing to take it. All right, my friends. We're into there. Now let's end the line. Freedom! Yeah! Woo! See you around, my friends. And you know what? I look forward to seeing you in person someday. I look forward to seeing you in person someday. And fuck yeah! Yeah! Come on! Woo!